Hey, welcome to Technology Paul. Today we're going to talk about budget smartphones currently on the market, and we're going to take a closer look at 4 of the available options, and then we're going to discuss which is the best option right now. As many of you know, I have been an iPhone user since I got the iPhone 3G way back in 2008. I did try my hand at the Pixel 6 last year when it was released, which was my first time dabbling in the Android ecosystem. I've always been one to get a newer phone every 2 to 3 years, especially the new iPhones. But there's been an interesting trend when it comes to the price of phones. They're getting more expensive. Take the iPhone, for example. It started out at $499 US when it was introduced. Today, a top-of-the-line iPhone will cost you $1,100. That's a 120% increase over that time, while wages have only risen about 20% in the same time period. I'm not sure if we found the upper limit of what people are looking to pay, but I do know that iPhone sales fell in Q4 of 2022, partly because of supply chain issues, but also because of looming recession fears and people not wanting to empty their savings accounts for a new gadget. So we know a lot of flagship phones aren't selling as well in the last while. And in recent years, there has been a growing trend of consumers opting for budget smartphones rather than high-end models. Obviously, the cost is a major factor. As smartphone technology has improved and becomes more widely available, the prices of budget smartphones have decreased dramatically, making them a more accessible and affordable option for many consumers. The low cost of budget smartphones has made it possible for people on tight budgets to own a smartphone, which was previously only accessible to those with a higher income. And even people who could easily afford a high-end smartphone are instead opting for the budget models simply out of a desire to save money. Another factor that's making budget smartphones popular is the advancement of technology. Many budget smartphones now come with features and specifications that were previously only available on high-end models, like high-resolution displays, good cameras, and fast processors. This makes it possible for budget smartphone users to enjoy a similar experience to those using more expensive models without having to spend as much money. I'm not saying that a budget smartphone is the same experience as a flagship phone, but for many people it's close enough. So I did some internet research and I found 4 budget smartphones that I'd consider buying today. The phones are the Motorola Edge, the OnePlus Nord N20 5G, the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, and the Google Pixel 6a. All 4 of these phones have pretty good reviews and reasonable price points, meaning they're all below 500 Canadian dollars. I'm using Canadian dollars in this case since I'm located in Canada, as is much of my audience. But these are budget phones no matter which country you're in, so the general theme of being cheap still applies. Let's discuss the Motorola Edge first. The 2022 model shipped in the fall of last year, and it was originally priced higher at around $749. But as of this recording, you can get it online at Motorola's website for $499. It features a massive 6.6-inch OLED Full HD Plus screen that has a staggering 144 Hz refresh rate that delivers smoother gaming, site scrolling, and app switching. The high refresh rate is a feature that is reserved mostly for flagship phones, so it's an impressive feat to have it on the Edge. According to Motorola, this phone can last for up to 2 days on a charge due to its 5,000 mAh battery. Even more impressive is the inclusion of wireless charging, which isn't a common feature at this price point. Plus, it's got 30 watts fast charging. In terms of other specs, it includes 8 gigabytes of memory and has a storage capacity of 256 gigabytes. The phone uses the MediaTek Dimensity 1050 system on a chip, which provides solid mid-range CPU performance. The Motorola Edge has 3 rear cameras, which are a 50 megapixel wide lens, a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 13 megapixel macro sensor. On top of that, you get a 32 megapixel front camera. There's really very little I take issue with when it comes to the Motorola Edge. Perhaps the IP52 water resistance rating versus IP67 on many other phones. This means you're really only getting sweat resistance or slight humidity, but not full water resistance like the competition. That may not be a great option for those who hang around water at all. I don't believe the Edge has an always-on display either, which isn't a deal breaker for me, but it's a feature many have grown used to. Now let's turn our attention to a truly budget phone, at least at the time of this recording. The OnePlus Nord N20 5G. This is a competitive smartphone for just $299. It's got a 6.43-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED always-on display that runs at 60 Hz. The battery is 4,500 milliamp hours, and while it doesn't feature wireless charging, it does have 33-watt fast charging. It's also a cool design. It features an in-display fingerprint sensor and a hole-punch front camera that is spec'd at 16 megapixels. The Nord 20 has a Snapdragon 695 system on a chip, which is slightly slower than the Motorola Edge, and the Nord also includes 6 gigabytes of memory along with 128 gigabytes of storage. As far as the camera system goes, it has a 64 megapixel wide sensor, as well as a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel monochrome camera. Every review I've read states that the wide angle lens is okay, but not great, and that the other two cameras you shouldn't even bother with. Even at $299, it has 5G capabilities as well, which means it can take advantage of the fastest speeds possible on your cellular network. Similar to the Edge, you won't want to get it wet. It doesn't seem to have a water resistance rating at all, which is unsurprising at this price point. They've actually jammed so much in here that something has to give in order to be in this price range. Of course, there are also budget phones from Samsung. While they're busy selling their flagship devices like the S22 and S22 Ultra, they also have lower end phones like the Galaxy A53 5G, which packs a punch at a smaller price point. To start with, it's got a beautiful and large 6.5-inch FHD Plus AMOLED always-on display with a buttery smooth refresh rate of 120 Hz. It's got a mega battery with 5,000 milliamp hours. Like the Motorola Edge, it claims to be able to last for 2 days. And when your battery runs low, it can fast charge at 25 watts. Like most phones in this range, it doesn't include wireless charging. In terms of performance, it runs a Samsung Exynos 1280 system on a chip, which according to Geekbench isn't very fast, so clearly this is where you're making a bit of a compromise. It does, however, pack in 6 gigabytes of memory and a solid 128 gigs of storage. The camera system is pretty decent too. It's got a 64 megapixel wide camera lens along with a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 5 megapixel depth, and 5 megapixel macro sensor. On the front of the phone, you have a 32 megapixel selfie camera. To top things off, the Galaxy A53 5G has an IP67 water and dust resistance rating, which gives it an advantage over the N20 and the Edge we just looked at. This phone runs at a price of $469 as of this video recording. And finally, we turn our attention to Google's own Pixel 6a. Basically a budget version of the Pixel 6, this phone still has the specs where it matters at the price point of $499. It has a 6.1-inch Full HD Plus OLED always-on display with a standard 60 Hz refresh rate. It's got the smallest battery of the bunch with just 4,410 milliamp hours. And again, in this case, there's no wireless charging, though it does include fast charging. Like the Galaxy A53 5G, it also has an IP67 water and dust resistance rating, which means you're generally safe near water. If you're looking for performance, then you've come to the right place. The Pixel 6a features the same Google Tensor chip as its more expensive Pixel 6 counterpart. The Google Tensor is Google's own custom system on a chip, and on Geekbench scores, it blows the other processors away in both single and dual core tests. As well, it features 6 gigabytes of memory and 128 gigabytes of storage. Then there's the camera system, which features a 12 megapixel wide camera as well as a 12 megapixel ultra wide. On the front, you've got an 8 megapixel selfie camera. One other benefit of the Pixel is that you're going to have stock Android as the OS with no additional software, skinning, or apps from third-party manufacturers like the other phones. You'll also be able to get OS updates since Google will release newer versions of Android on a regular basis. This phone shipped with Android 12, but already has the Android 13 update. The other phones on this list have to wait a lot longer for these updates since it's up to Samsung, OnePlus, and Motorola respectively to update their phones. In fact, in the case of the Nord N20 5G, it currently runs Android 11, though OnePlus is promising to provide the Android 12 update. That's the most they've committed to, with no sign they will provide the Android 13 update. I believe the Galaxy A53 may already have Android 13, and the Edge will eventually get it as well. So where does that leave us? Which phone should you get if you're looking for a budget smartphone? Well, as with anything, it's going to come down to your preference. These are the 4 best budget phones on the market though, so you can't go too wrong here. The Motorola Edge has the biggest screen and the highest refresh rate at 144 Hz. The Edge and the Galaxy A53 also feature a 5,000 mAh battery and up to 2 days between charges. Plus, the Edge has wireless charging, a standout amongst this group. If you need water and dust resistance, it's best to go with either the Pixel 6a or the Galaxy A53, which both have the IP67 rating. If you're looking for pure performance, the fastest phone overall is going to be the Pixel 6a with its Google Tensor chip. But if it's the storage capacity you seek, you should go with the Edge, which packs 256 gigabytes of storage. In terms of the camera systems, I think you're going to be generally pleased with most of the options here. The only one I wouldn't recommend is the Nord N20 5G, which has a 3-camera system that might as well just be one, since the 2 additional cameras don't seem to pull their weight. That said, the Nord N20 is the cheapest phone at $299. As long as you're willing to make that sacrifice on the camera system, you know you're going to get a solid phone for a great price. 2 things all these phones have in common are fast charging, as well as the inclusion of 5G connectivity, which is great to see on a budget phone. Now, as for me, I am going to buy one of these budget smartphones and review it in my next video. And after careful consideration, I've chosen the Pixel 6a. I've done so because I plan to keep it after the review and use it to test out future Android software, apps, and Google software. And I know that the Pixel offers the best ongoing software support and updates. I also know that the Pixel is going to be the fastest phone in the bunch, and it has stock Android for the cleanest experience. On top of that, you get the IP67 water and dust resistance. As I've pointed out, it's not the best phone in every category, but it's the one I'm going with. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can catch that review, which will go live next week. What do you think though? Do you have one of these phones, or have you purchased a different budget smartphone? What's the best phone under $500 on the market today? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching Technology Paul. If you found this video interesting, click that like button as it helps more people find this content. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.